Okay, so, guys, obviously the stream is finally working in the usual fashion. Stuff doesn't always go according to plan. But basically, I've got a really exciting stream today. If you guys are not able to stay, I really implore you to check out the archive that's going to go on the second channel, TRS2. You can find that by doing tinyurl.com/TRSTWO. That's tinyurl.com/TRSTWO. So that will have the whole archive of this stream. So we're going to be having sort of two sections of this stream today, right? We're going to be having the Wizard101 nostalgia-esque stream, and then we're going to be having the Pillars of Eternity stream, which is also going to be really exciting. I'm just pulling it up on my phone here because it crashed earlier. Okay, here we go. So, what is Wizard101, right? What is Wizard101? Wizard101 was an online... It still is an online game that... Here's the homepage of it, basically. Here's the homepage of Wizard101. It's got all sorts of cool stuff, but you can see here, you basically choose a class. The setting of the game is in the spiral, and there are all these different worlds in the spiral. It's another one of these constantly updated games like Minecraft is. It's like every 20 seconds. Let me try turning the bitrate up then. Try turning the bitrate up. Do bitrate at 5,000. You guys getting anything better? Anywho, back on track. Wizard101, I was like the master of that game. That was my game before Minecraft. It all takes place in the spiral. You choose a class, or a magic class. So there's death, balance, myth, all these different classes. And is this any better for you guys? Actually, I should probably turn the bitrate down, not up. So let me turn it down to 2,000. Does that work better for you guys? Anyway. Refresh. Change the bitrate again, so refresh. We're not going to be having this bitrate discussion anymore. But anyway, we've got all these different classes. I was the myth class. I got really into this game, but the main thing I was into, you can see right here, choose from different beautiful castles to decorate or grow magical garden creatures. The big thing for me was decorating the castles. That was the big thing. So, it was a lot of people say it's a kid's game. Yeah, technically it is. But here you can choose boy or a girl. There's Merle Ambrose, the head of the whatever. And you've got a certain list of names that you can choose. Here, you go on to, create your account and everything. You've got a little quiz to find out what class you should be in. It's very cool. So, the thing is, I was really big in the community, if you want to say that. I was really into the shops on the forums and the guides and everything. Sort of like, I like to think I was the Skyliner W of the forums, of the community. So, there's a bunch of stuff I want to show you today. Really exciting. This is also sort of a record of what I've done. I don't want it all to go to waste. I spent a lot of money on this game over the years. I spent so much time on this game. But there's a whole bunch of stuff I want to do. For those of you who know, now it's even worse than before. Alright, in that case, I'll turn the bitrate back up. Back up to 2,500. Okay. Hopefully that works better for you guys. I'm not going to be changing it anymore. So, sorry. So, there's a whole bunch of stuff I want to show you guys today, but I guarantee you, whether or not you know what Wizard101 is, you're in for a real treat, because I played it differently than anybody else. I created some really interesting stuff that I guarantee you guys have never seen before. Now, we're not going to be using the Wizard101 music, just in case it's copyright. I don't know. I really wish we could, because part of what I made was some of the music in there. Like, I placed different record players in there. It was really cool. But just in case, we're not going to be doing that. So here is the game. Let's see. Can we refresh it? What's going on here? Come on. Oh, don't tell me this is going to happen again. Don't tell me I have to do the whole thing again. There we go. Fixed. Fixed. Okay. So, this is so exciting for me. The nostalgia is real. We're listening to Orang's new album, by the way. So, I had 3 wizards, right? Now, at the time that I played back when the max level was 60, and then it went up to 70, and then finally 80. Now, I swear to you, I was level 80. But for some reason, through the various updates of the game, my character was downgraded or something, but I swear to you, I was level 80. I'm so sure I was. But this is my main wizard, Benjamin Shadowvault. Oh, there's so much I want to show you. Okay, so first of all, yeah, let's go into the game. We're not actually going to be playing the game. I'm just going to be showing you what I made. This isn't going to take too long. Then we're going to go play Pillars of Eternity. So I preloaded all the stuff in here first, but first of all, I want to show you the game works by casting these different spells. Okay, so here's my main deck of spells, and you can learn spells in different classes, and I was a myth wizard, so you go through the progression of the main myth spells, right? So here we've got the Medusa and the Basilisk, I believe was the level 80 spell, which doesn't appear to be in this deck. But it was actually a really... And this is not in the browser, Unity Paradox. This is actually downloaded. But I loved the... Let me just show you. Like, all these guys are super weak, but let me just show you an example of a spell. So we'll get into a fight here. I could show you some stuff. This is actually a brilliant game. There's so many intricacies to it, and it was really complex, actually. So, my favorite looking one, I think, is the Cerberus. Let me see what I have up here, and I can show you just an example of these spells. But basically what you've got here is you've got the pip count, which are these little yellow dots, and that's how much it costs. You gain more of those every turn. The yellow ones are worth 2, the white ones are worth 1, and you can upgrade how often you get each one. So, we could do Earthquake or Orthrus, that's what it was. We're going to upgrade that one. Can we upgrade it further? No, we can't. Here's the regular spell. So, he's casting a storm spell. Now, this storm spell, this is bats. All the low-level spells are not as interesting, but, there are different classes, so there's a tank class. Oh, I forgot to add Nightbot. Just a sec, guys. Let me finish this, and then I'll add Nightbot. So, you can polymorph into different things. It was a super complicated game, actually. I'm just going to make this totally overpowered. This is completely going to obliterate this guy. But I'm going to do it anyway. Hey, the Minecraft Avatar, what's up? So I'm just going over the basics of Wizard101 right now. So I'm going to show you the stats as well, in addition to the stuff that you've never seen before. So this is going to completely obliterate this guy. It's actually 2 hits. It actually may kill this guy just on the first hit, because you've got 2 attacks, one from the first head and one from the second. So this is is this the snake? Or no, this is the storm elf guy. So this is the weakest enemy in the game, right? There's these battles that would take 45 minutes to do. It's such a brilliant game. If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend it. So here's the Orthrus, right? Such a brilliant game. I swear to you, I was level 80. I don't know what happened. So yeah, this is probably going to kill the guy in the first hit, but there are actually 2 hits that happen. Yeah, so you didn't get to see the second hit, but there was that. There are all these different worlds that I no longer have access to because I don't pay for the subscription anymore, but you guys just gotta try it. It's a great game. So, for those of you who know what Wizard101 is, I'm going to briefly just look at the stats, then we're going to get into the really good stuff, the stuff that you guys have never seen before. So, here's my health. I bought, in addition to the subscriptions, I bought 3 different gift cards just for the special gear and the castles it contained, because I was all about making the castles. So here we've got the damage, boosts, Here you can see my pet was like the best pet around. Back when I was playing, I was like, I obliterated everybody. I was like unbeatable in the pet derby. We got resistance here, accuracy. These are really good stats, if I remember correctly. Critical rating, block rating. These may not be good anymore. Shadow pips, those are new. I never had any stun resistance. You got activities, crafting, legendary artisan, gardening. Fishing is new since I was last here. Badges. Even after so many years, I still have 112 out of 161 available badges. And you get to choose which one you want to display. So you see, I'm displaying 1 in a million. Well, you can see it in the battle. Let's see here. And then, my, pet derby rating was private. Wait, that's not right. What? First stage, here we go. Oh, so I guess there are different ages of pet derby? Okay, well, anyway, I was commander in there. Anything else I want to go over before we get to the good stuff? We already saw the deck, and the basilisk and all of that stuff. There's so many great spells in this game. I loved it. Still got unfinished quests. I can't show you the other worlds. Ooh, somebody just donated, I think. At the sound of a donation? I think so. Well, it's going to show up on my screen in a minute, but the pet was really, really cool. I like worked so hard to get the absolute perfect pet there was. So these are the great. I did all this research. Ooh, the Minecraft Avatar donated $2. Thank you so much, buddy. I really do appreciate that. So you can see I worked super hard on getting the perfect spells. Like I did all this research, reading the guides, trying to get the absolute best spells that are available for a pet, and then the best derby ones as well. The bananas weren't so great, I don't think, but this was like the best I ever saw. And Midnight was the one I used for derby, and then Lord Midnight was the one I used for his talents. That's it. I remember now. And then I got all these other pets. I collected them. Guys, this game was so intricate. It was so brilliant. I had some beast crafting recipes. Like, I'm telling you, I was the master of this game. Trixie, so then, in this place called Waterworks, I think? It was in the underwater world. The environments are gorgeous, by the way. The voice acting is pretty good as well. All this stuff is voice acted. So there was like this sought-after set of gear that was unique to your class. You could only get at this ultimate boss place called the Waterworks, which you had to do. It was a very teamwork-based game, because you really needed a tank. The Storm class is the tank. There's a healing class, sort of, which is the life class. There's all sorts of... Oh, God, I'm getting chills just thinking about this. So, the legendary gear was the best gear you could get at level 60. And you worked so long. You had to go through the waterworks again and again and again. It took hours and hours, months even, to get all the gear. So I have all the legendary gear. I also have stuff from the gift card. When you see a little C, that means it's exclusive, which means I never spent any crowns. So I actually got all this from gift card stuff. Level 70 plus, level 70 plus. I don't know what happened to all my level 80 gear. But... let me just show you what I chose to be wearing at the point. Each of it had its own perks and stuff. I'm sorry, Unity Parry. You ever read the messages? I do not. I don't know how to. I don't know how to set that up. Sorry. So, yeah, just showing you all the stuff I had here. If you have any interest, you can watch this back in the archive to see. But... the wands, I had a whole bunch of cool wands from the gift cards. This is the one I chose to use. Then my... wow, there's a lot of new mechanics that I don't know how they work. These were like this is the best necklace you could get. My pets we showed. Ooh, the Malorian Dragon. That was from the latest gift card I got. This guy was amazing, and also when he jumped, your camera actually had to jump because he was literally jumped so high. He jumped higher than anything else. The jumping has no purpose, by the way, other than just looking cool. You can't actually jump over stuff. But the hippogriff I liked riding because he was cute. And then, right around when I stopped playing, I got... They came out with this Castle Increase elixir. because originally you could only have like 2 or 3 castles, and then I was like, yes, now I could finally finish my project. And that is going to be the finale of this stream, what that big project is, all the castles, because that's the part where I guarantee you've never seen it like this before. But we're going to pause the game, and I'm going to go and show you the online stuff I did. Like I said earlier, I like to think I was the Skyline or W of the Wizard101 world. So here we go. A lot of stuff to talk about. Honestly, I think Pirate 101 was cooler. Pirate 101 was very cool. I started that. It was still in beta, so I didn't really get that into it when it came out. But, so I was only a journeyman wizard. This is the Wizard101 Central. So these are like the forums. And basically, you can see here, I made custom cards. And there was no purpose to them other than just to use them as your avatar on Wizard101 Central. And to sort of just show your friends. So you remember the cards from Wizard101. If you remember, you know, we had the different pip spells I was showing you, like the Orthrus, that was a spell. So I made these custom cards in Photoshop, and I gave them to people, and I had a whole graphic art shop for it. And the celebrities of the Wizard101 world, Wizard101 was not super big on YouTube at the time. It was really a forum thing, is where you got famous. So the big celebrities of the Wizard... Ooh, another... Is that a follow or a donation? Well, anyway, thank you for the follow, Boomger. Let me go back to OBS. Maybe it'll show up there. Chill Gamer, $5! Thank you so much, Chill Gamer. I appreciate it. But basically, the celebrities of the Wizard101 world were the Wiki Masters. Now, I actually checked, and all of these guys have since retired and moved on to something else. I'm not sure if they were volunteers or they got paid, but here's the Wizard101 Wiki, and they were the mods of the entire forum. They were the mods of the Wiki. The Wiki Masters were the big guys. Like, these were the Captain Sparkles of Wizard101. And I met these guys. I met all of them through various events online. I went to all these different parties and events that happened in the Wizard101 community. It was really cool. And I actually ended up making their avatar here. This is a special one. The Wiki Masters and Benjamin Shadowvault are summoned and solve all the Spiral's problems. But they actually, if we go and click on my... Or actually, is it over here? No, this is VALKOOR'S story. View profile. You can see... Oh, log in. How did I set up the bar at the bottom? I could talk about that later. Let's just see here. If we go to my profile... Okay. This right here, Wiki Masters, this was the avatar I made for all of them, and all of them used that avatar for months and months. So I designed the avatar for the biggest celebrities in Wizard101. It was crazy. That was like the big break for me. And then my shop started to really explode. And let's go back to the shop, and I can show you crazy cards. Why are you not mod anymore? That's a good question. I don't know why. Could someone mod ChillGamer202, please? So... the banner obviously no longer works for some reason, but I had this really cool banner design. So I was a huge fan of Caps and Comic Sans, so trigger warning. I'm now currently closed. I will be closed until my waiting list is empty. Be working with this system from now on. Subscribe. Welcome to Crazy Cards, where any card you want is made no matter what. Just please put your request in this format. So you would type the spell name, the school, pips required, image that you wanted, accuracy, symbol, treasure card, item card, a regular spell description, any extra info, and then I would sort of design stuff around it. So the first card is free, and then after that, you need to donate a minimum of 0.75 gold on the forum to come back as many times as you like. So here's the card that I made for myself for the first time, God. So it heals all team members for 1,000, absorb 1,000 for a whole team. It wasn't very good. The accuracy didn't look good. But I had 51 people that I still never got to. This I actually didn't make. This is my signature that someone else made for me. Benjamin S. That's Benjamin Shadowvault. And you have Malastare on the left, and I forgot the woman's name, but she was the next big villain after Malastare. And it was like, only he can save the spiral. Only one can save the spiral, and he loved that. Only you can mod him too? I didn't know. I didn't. Okay. So that was cool. Then the 4 big things. VALKOOR'S story, how to farm the bazaar efficiently, guide to crowd control, fun after 80 guide. After we get through all of this online stuff, I'm going to show you the big thing, which is VALKOOR'S story. And that's the thing that I was saying you've never seen anything like it before. So I actually have an album of all of my things. I'm pretty sure. I should. If we go to view profile, I believe I have albums, crazy cards, now featured on the homepage of the wiki. Yeah, that was the big break for me. So let's look at some of these. These were actually pretty cool. These are all suggested by different people with a few exceptions. So let's take a look. Rapid Bagel. Bagel awesomeness to all friends. That was 3 pips. I'm not going to go over all the different symbols there. If you played Wizard101, you know what it is. The accuracy got a little bit more accurate, so to speak, as it went on. So, meaning, like, see, the 70% looks a little more realistic. Octopus, that was a beast spell. At the time, I think the highest pip spell was 8 or 7 or 8. Misty, wasn't sure what that was, but there was no accuracy that she wanted on there. Or I guess 85%. These are so cool. Rather than going through them like this, let's go through them like this, and then I can actually just post this in the chat if you guys want to see it. Let's go to twitch.tv, and let me just post this in the chat. So, sort of a bit of a lost connection ad here. Does anyone, if anyone has ever played with me on Wizard101, Benjamin Shadow Vault, please let me know, because I made some great friends on there. Let's see, we've got Gobi. This was a cool one. Hopefully you guys can see high enough quality that you can sort of make these out. I win. Desert Warrior, Epic Pie, Epic Instant Death to all enemies. Caster plays a random montage with unfitting music, destroying the enemy, Epic Randomness. Foreseen Death. Some of these were actually, like, I could see being in the game. Sandlord, Cookie's Attack, Archmage, Diviner, the only OP Ice. Am I gonna come back to Wizard101? Probably not. It's too expensive for me to keep up, and I have too much to do with Minecraft. Pie of Doom, Pure Evilness in a Box, Haunting Power. I made so many of these guys. Tristan Delarion. Banned for something. I can't read it from here. Lazy Cat. Oh, let's zoom in. Easy. Duh. Stuns all enemies for rest of battle. Medusa, Mother Nature, Dawn of the Ed, Giant. That one I could see being in the game. Hades, Griffin, Giant. Elmo Goes Crazy, Giant, Chocolate Chip Cookie, Annoying Brother. These were really fun to make. Christmas Spectacular, Dancer Cat, Baby Cookie Monster. I made a few versions of some of these for people. Bigfoot, that's a cool one. The End, Instant Death to all enemies. That was only 8 pips, jeez. Pandora's Box, Supreme Healer, Jack Frost, Ice Queen's Attack. That was for a friend. Crazy Chicken, Sibling Attack, Giant Egg, and God. I made it 65 different cards. Some of them obviously repeats, but it was really cool. If you guys want to see these in more detail, of course, I did send the link. So, there you go. That's that. But there's more to look at. Here's another thing I did. Teleporter tapestries were a new thing back when I was in the game. They were coming out. I was really big into sort of how Minecraft has snapshots. You would get a test realm of Wizard101, and I was big into those, and I was always discovering the new things with other people and sharing them, like, oh, I just discovered this thing in a snapshot, that sort of thing. teleporter tapestries, which the community had been talking about for a long time, finally came out. And I started the very first guide. I didn't put much in here, but these are like super rare to get, or you would have to craft them. So you would go up to them, press X, and it would teleport you to the appropriate location. Yeah, but I got some major attention from some big people on the forum. What else? Here, yeah, I had these 54 different threads I had started, in addition to all sorts of stuff. I had a blog, which we'll look at in a second. But VALKOOR'S story is the really big thing I want to show you guys. Oh, you know what? Actually, let's look at that afterwards. So, here is my blog, the Shadow Vault Files. This was the coolest thing ever. I had a blog. You can find out all about this was when blogs were really big, and blogs were huge for Wizard101. Instead of YouTube, that was like the secondary thing. So here you can find out all about Benjamin Shadowvault's projects, ideas, and other exciting events on the best game ever, Wizard101. If you guys will just excuse me for one moment, I gotta do something real quick. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm back. So here you can find out all about Benjamin Shadowvault's projects, ideas, and other exciting events on the best game ever, Wizard101. So the last post was, I'm so sorry I haven't posted in a while, lots of new news, but I think this blog will be dormant during the summer, and it was dormant forever. The Hydra Pack has a chance to give you a 3-person mount. Did I ever get that? I must have. I always got I got any gift card that gave you a new castle. Petapalooza, what they don't tell you, there was a scavenger hunt kiosk. Contest of Champions, which I can show in a little bit. More mounts yet again. How to Part 3. So, skipping all of these. Oh, also. Wow. 8,128 visits to this website. I had no clue. It was probably 100 when I last was here. That is amazing. But official news would take you to the Wizard101 official news site. Contests. So this was the Contest of Champions, which we're going to look at later because it has to do with housing. Now, the how-to guides, I was particularly proud of this. These, I really got into writing guides for the community. That was a big thing for me, sort of how Skyliner W does. So here's a collection here's where I keep the collection of how-to posts, guides on little things that are really important that give detailed information, things that people want to know about but are not universal enough or straightforward enough to make a guide. Excuse me, obscure things or guides. What? So just enjoy the treasure trove of knowledge with more to come. So one big problem I noticed in all of the different parties that I went to a lot of them in Wizard101. In fact, I got married in Wizard101, which was pretty cool. How to Part 1, crowd control. So, let's see. How to Part 1, crowd control. You probably have two. But I've been to countless parties where the majority of it is spent trying to get the crowd to calm down. When trying to carry out a particular event at a party, everyone's always talking, etc. It's just so frustrating to get everyone quiet. People start saying quiet, and people start responding, and pretty soon it's total chaos. How does a party host deal with this colossal dilemma? How do we have crowd control in Wizard101? Well, there are many ways, which I will show you. So I go into attention grabbers, from pros and cons of text differentiators. Caps can get annoying, sometimes seem angry. Party police, hire people to keep track of it. Be strict but polite. I go into some real detail here. Yeah, so then How to Part 2, which was the big thing for me, was how to farm the bazaar efficiently. This was my favorite one. So the bazaar, and I could actually show you this in the game. If we go to, I'm sure it's changed since I was last there, but let's take a look anyway. This is my dorm, by the way. Everybody had a dorm, and then you could have castles on top of that. But here's Tapestry to Bazaar. Like I said, we're not going to be using the Wizard101 music, unfortunately, just in case it's copyright. So here's the bazaar. Yeah, it's changed a little bit. But basically, one of the big things was, if there was something you really wanted, you would, like, keep refreshing, and you would sort of just, like, camp out at the bazaar, sort of like camping out in front of the Apple Store or something. You would sort of camp out here waiting for the thing that you wanted. You would quickly click the level icon to sort by level, that sort of thing. It was really, it was a challenge. It was fun. 108! There are levels of 108. Guys, it's been so long since I've been on this game. So I'm probably like a noob now. Jeez. So that sort of gives you an idea of what this is like. So let me go back here and show you guys. So everyone has farmed the bazaar and has thought, well, it's not that hard, just farm, right? Well, there are many ways to do it. But how do you farm it in the most efficient way before someone else gets your item? I am here to show you how. So I've got the different sections, questions, question specifics, strategies, browsing, and then final personal strategy. Can you add me on Wizard101? Sure, but I mean, you're probably not going to see me on there ever. So first, find out what strategy will work for you best on this bazaar visit by answer. By the way, if you guys want to see this, it's theshadowvaultfiles.blogspot.com, still up. Are you looking for one or more specific items or just browsing? If a specific item, does it start with A through K, L through P, or Q through Z? Are you looking for more than one specific item? Are you open to other interesting finds along the way? How fast of a reader are you? Which category do you want to farm? How fast is your internet connection? I really got out into the science of this thing. I did tests to, with timers and everything. Looking for the great spiral that would fall into Q through Z. So this is how to answer each of those questions, the different strategies. It was pretty elaborate here. You can see. I mean, this was a big, big thing. Do not go to the bazaar with the intention of learning the items is counterproductive to the strat. I don't remember all this. Question is optional. And then the question is, how fast of a reader are you? Again, I was a huge fan of Comic Sans and Caps. Answer to this question is a rating between 1 through 10, 1 being the slowest, 10 being the fastest. Before you read the passage below, read the instructions. Time yourself with a stopwatch. If you're unable to pinpoint the moments well enough, or if you're word processing or reading, you may change the word process or read to the word speak. So, then, passage. The interesting wizard jumped over the great rhinoceros and landed on the ground. He brushed himself off after he got hurt and went on his way to his house. He arrived at his house and went past the can of gasoline, the grand piano, and his worn chair. He sat in his comfy, tiered bed. All of a sudden, the doorbell rang, and his friend Murphy waltzed into the house. "Hi there, Tom," he said, taking out a wand. "I have learned a new spell. It is the Frost Giant spell. I could summon a huge giant to damage the enemies." The wizard was very proud of his new friend because he knew he had trouble learning new spells. So the two friends, Murphy and Tom, went to Dragonspire to practice their new spells. And then explain what the passage is about, and then you time your ratings. It was so elaborate. It was really elaborate. I can't believe I did all this. So, the technical way the bazaar works, make sure you quickly move your mouse to the next location you have to click on to resort the items properly immediately after you refit. Guys, it's like I wrote a whole thesis paper on this. Oh my god. How to farm the different sections. Ever use the buy more button. Someone else will get it at a time. I guarantee it. You must wait. I remember this was a very complicated thing. Fast internet connections, very important. Browsing. And then my final personal strategy, I'll read this. Now remember that you might need to redo this process each time you go to the bazaar. I know this is a long, and some will say overdone and unnecessary process, but this is the best way to do it if you're trying to farm hardcore and the best you possibly can. Those are really the only times you should do this guide's process again after the first time. Now it's time to put all your hard work together. Fill out this form, and then any extra info you think would help your farming. Circle 1. Congratulations, you created your own personal strategy for your next bazaar farming visit so that you will be the first to get that/those item/S. The other shoppers won't stand a chance. Repeat to yourself, I will get it first. Motivate yourself and don't give up. If you are on a bad streak of missing items, you'll get it eventually. Of course, if you really don't want to do all this, there's always farming. Anonymous, love your blog. Thank you. So, this was quite a thing. That was quite a thing. And I'll check it in a minute, Boonger. So, I'm really proud of all that. That took me many, many weeks. Custom-made spells you saw. We're almost to VALKOOR'S story, guys. We're almost there. All of my upcoming and current projects will be posted here, as well as ideas for your own. Main project, VALKOOR'S story. I'm going to show you that preview in a little bit. Working side project, The Music Maker, a house with all the music scrolls, which was fairly new at the time in them, and arranged according to the house. Currently collecting scrolls. Then I was going to make the Ultimate Carnival. Deluxe, be able to have guests stay overnight in our deluxe luxury hotel unlike any other. Also have a rare sighting of Wizard101, a zoo. This zoo will have the most exotic collection of creatures in the spiral. Go right up and pet them. The zoo is by far the closest you will get to some rare and exotic creatures. And finally, an actual working Ferris wheel where your wizard can actually ride it. That I was going to make how-to posts coming. So, yeah. As a little bit of a preview, I'm going to show you... As a bit of a preview, I'm going to show you guys what is to come in VALKOOR'S story. And then, so this wasn't actual VALKOOR'S story footage, but it was pretty cool. So let me. The epic music is so fitting, yeah. So it was really exciting. Okay. Anyway, let's do a second, guys. Close out the Shadow Vault files. Close this out, and we're actually going to get in the game. Looking at some stuff. So, and then we're going to look more at the Shadow Vault. I mean, VALKOOR'S story. But VALKOOR'S story is going to be the last thing, because that's the big thing. That's the big kahuna of the stuff. So, let me resume the music. Oh, well, right now it's too loud. How about now? Is that better? Testing 1, 2, 3. Better, better, better. Okay. So, let me show you guys some pretty neato stuff. So we're going to go home. And we're going to look at a few castles. Then we're going to go on to another wizard, look at a few castles. Then we're going to do VALKOOR'S story. So, first one. Again, I had music playing in all these places that I carefully selected, but it was... it may be copyright. So this is the Sun Palace. This came with a very special... Ooh, serious lag. A very... Whoa, lag. This was a gift card thing, so you could only get this by getting the special gift card, and it came with a special mount and everything. So let's explore a little bit here. So here's Sun Palace. Very cool. Here, this big collection of pets. I think this was going to be the zoo that I was working on. Pretty sure this is the zoo I was working on, yeah. Now, there was a very interesting glitch in Wizard101. I was about to say in Minecraft. I'm so used to saying that. Where you would... An interesting glitch where if you put carpets on top of each other, you could actually cheat outside of the zone of where you're allowed to place things. So, for example, let me show you. You can place stuff here, you can place stuff here, can't place stuff over here, can't place stuff over here. But now that I put the carpets here and you connect them up, you can place stuff on here. Now, that glitch was fixed since I was last on here, But unfortunately, there were also some glitches fixed where, like, I was used to be able to go through here into this special area that you couldn't access, but clearly they've fixed that glitch, which is unfortunate. So let's do a little bit more exploring here. So on the inside, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the zoo. On the inside of the house, should be the zoo, if I remember correctly. Or maybe this is just the place where I just stored everything. Is that possible? This is sort of, I think this is the zoo plus storage area. This guy, the rhinoceros. Why is everything loading? I loaded everything last night. So yeah, here are all my mounts. These guys were awesome, so you could ride any of these. This was my favorite one. This guy shoots fireworks out of his mouth. Let's see if we can get him to do it. Come on. Look, look, here he goes. Oh, it was awesome. It was my favorite. So, and there we got a bone dragon. That guy was awesome. He's important in VALKOOR'S story. So yeah, you could use all of these. You could ride all of these things, all these mounts. I don't know what all this junk is. More pets. I had mini versions of these mounts. I mean, I had an insane collection here. But you could also... Oh, there's a bobblehead I can bobble? That's adorable. More bobbleheads. Yeah, this must have been like a storage area. And then back here, what's back here? More bobbleheads. Stuff hanging on the walls. Welcome to Benjamin Shadowvault's castle. This must have been a personal area. Yeah. Can we add each other? Yeah, 1 second. And then you could also open the walls here. Sun Palace door. Oh, or open the doors. I could have sworn that I had a whole zoo set up in here. Maybe it's not there anymore. I could have sworn, though. Is there nothing in here either? Guess not. But there were a lot of rooms to fill. Yeah, this was a pretty empty place, I guess. In my bank, we can see a little bit more of the stuff that I had. We got all of these cool stuff. I had all the gear. All the gear. This must have been what I used to wear. This level 80 thing. A lot of cool stuff. We're not going to look at all the gear, I guess. But, I had the best gear in the game. Definitely. Let's go upstairs. I don't think there's anything super interesting in there. Am I allowed to have a mount inside? I don't think you are. Even if this place is enormous. Yeah, I don't think there's anything in here, but there are rooms all over here. We got these elephant heads and stuff. What's in here? Oh, this is like the feast hall or whatever. Something like that. This was cool. Or no, this is the outdoors. This is the balcony. Neato. And also all the gift card houses came with their own PvP arena, which you could sort of see down there. Let's go back inside. I'm saving the best for last, guys. I'm saving the best for last. I'm super excited to show it to you. That's gonna be the best thing ever. Okay, and then, let's go outside. Oh, what's in here? Oh, right! This is the tree from downstairs. It was really cool. The trees would, like, glitch through the walls and everything. If you guys are enjoying the stream, I do accept donations. You can type !donate in the chat. I do really appreciate it. Of course, entirely optional. Alright, so we're out here with all the pets again. I added such an insane... Actually, we can organize them all if we do this. You can see them all organized here. I was a big fan of the unicorns, not gonna lie. I thought they were beautiful. The giraffe. I remember that... I think the giraffe came with the gift card. Got this ancient statue here. This all came with it. The beautiful waterfalls. This is such a gorgeous house. Also, all the gift card houses came with a daily reward. So, this one I think is a giant gorilla. Oh, right! I forgot to add Nightbot. 1 second, guys. Let me just add Nightbot to the chat. So, !donate doesn't work quite yet. Nightbot is now joining the channel. Okay, now it should work. So here, this music would be playing if we didn't have the music off. But here we go, the giant gorilla with his bananas. So you would go up here. X.
Perhaps he has a present for you?
Perhaps he has a present for you? Yeah, and these guys would come up, so there's our reward there. Oh, beautiful. Just gorgeous. I loved this place. And, like, you can't put stuff in here, but... Oh, I guess you can fish in here now with the new fishing mechanic, I suppose. Welcome back, Outro Doc. So now in here, we've got all this. How would you get in here? Where does... Oh, right! You would go in here, down the ladder, and then it would take you to there. Right, I remember this now. What's over here? Was anything over here? Oh, this was like the balcony that you could look out on. I could have sworn I had something up. Did the chat commands... Are the chat commands not... Oh, okay, great. So, then what's out here? Oh, the PvP arena. Cool, cool, cool. So, oh, this is so cool. And you got all these balconies here for people to watch. Or the stands, so to speak. This was the coolest thing ever. Now, I remember there's a secret grove here. And I'm trying to remember, is it through this wall? Oh my god, I remembered it! First try! And here's the special secret grove. Are you even allowed to place anything in here? I don't think you are. Oh, you are! You're allowed to place stuff in here. Cool. I guess I just never used this place. I thought I was gonna use it for something. I guess not. But yeah, that was a secret thing. I feel like you have a typical Minecraft YouTuber voice. I don't know why. Thank you, I guess. How is the game? The game is amazing. And if you're thinking about playing it, absolutely play it. You really gotta subscribe, though, to get to the good stuff. You really do. We were already in there, right. This actually is not one of the bigger houses, surprisingly, that I have. Have we looked at everything? Let's do a once-over, double check. I'm pretty sure that those carpets that we were on earlier that wouldn't let us pass, I'm pretty sure there was stuff back there that we weren't allowed to access. Anyway, that's that. This is the Sun Palace. Let's take a look at another castle that is not part of VALKOOR'S story. Backpack castles. Sultan's Palace. Is that part of it? Now I can't even remember if that's part of Palace. No, the Sultan's Palace was a personal one. Before the Sun Palace was. How much is it? Because, how much is it? I don't remember, and they've probably changed it. But, there are two ways to pay for the game. You could pay for a subscription, which is what I did, and is the much better deal. Or you could pay as you go. You can unlock each area by paying crowns, and then you have it unlocked forever. So, we got more pets here. I was a big pet collector. This is the Sun Palace, okay? Now, over here, walk around. Yeah, this was a storage place. Just because I had so much stuff, I needed to store it all somewhere. So, yeah. That's a little pet of a boss. The boss rewards in this game are crazy cool. Yeah, sort of just random stuff everywhere. Here's my collection of cooking eggs. Yeah. And, yeah, the reason I had it on there like this is because if I were to pick this up... Wait. Oh, and I put incense plates on there. Gotcha. Okay, so what I did is I placed all the incense plates down. Right, all next to each other. Then, I placed the small carpet down with this on top. Then, I picked this up, brought it over here so it was over top of the incense thing, so it was blocking it. As you can see right there. So I picked this up, put it right there, and then I put all the eggs and bacon on top to make it look like they were sizzling. That's pretty cool. Then we've got this oasis out here, which I guess you can fish in now. You couldn't do that before. There's like a secret oasis somewhere over here, if I remember correctly. Yeah, right up there, I think. Oh yeah, you see the oasis with the treasure chest? Watch what happens. No! It was an oasis! Oh, but what is this? Was I trying to hide something under there? I don't know. I had all these carpet things everywhere, trying to, like, hide stuff in places. Ugh, this is such a gorgeous place. This may be my favorite one. And you got the sand falling. There's more stuff over there that we'll take a look at. This also had my favorite reward stuff. So remember, this is just one part of the game, guys, housing. Like, this isn't even the main part of the game. And they've added so much since I was last here. Yeah, so a lot of random stuff we got lying around. I suppose you guys would probably like to take a look at it, but we really don't have time. Go in the house. I could have sworn I had the zoo in the Sun Palace. Again, like I said, big storage area. Because I just had too many things for my bank, too many things for my backpack. I had a lot of crazy stuff in here. All just storage. Like, even this pillar, that's, like, not part of it. That's storage. The dark stone tower. My entire inventory is full. Pumpkins. Ugh, what a mess. Just what a mess of stuff. This was a cool thing. Throne. Wow. So many cool things. Dresser with flowers? Can you open it? Bobbleheads. Oh, yeah, you can open it, so I just opened that. And then here, all of my fences that I used for blocking stuff off. This was quite a collection I had of thingies. Come on. More fences. Wow. It was just a mess. I had stuff everywhere. Let's go upstairs. There's a new way to add people. Oh, the statues? I loved collecting the statues. That actually shouldn't be here. That belongs in the Massive Fantasy Palace in VALKOOR'S store. Oh my god, I had so much stuff. So fun. Looking back at all this. Wow. We got the tree up here. This thing poking through. A lot of this stuff I got from Mushu, which is one of the worlds. Oh, that's like a cardboard tree thing. I don't know why I had these everywhere. I think those are from Marleybone. The art in this game, like, there were so many gorgeous things about this game. So all of these items are so beautifully modeled, don't you think? I never really appreciated it till now. Now, there are more things to see in this house, but we can actually enter from a different way. Because my favorite thing about this house was the reward section, which is a genie in a lamp. Now, this is something everyone wanted in their house, but only the Sultan's palace had it. Under the waterfall. This is so cool, guys. It's so cool. Hype is real. I can't wait for it to load. Why is it taking so long? What level am I? I was level 80. Now it says I'm level 72. This is, I'm revisiting this after not playing for years. This is just a nostalgia thing, showing you everything I've accomplished. So yeah, this is what everyone wanted back in the day. Nathaniel, if you're just joining us, the stuff I'm going to show you near the end, you've never seen anything like it in Wizard101 before. Guarantee it. Never seen anything like it. We've already looked at a bunch of the stuff I made in the online community, how to farm the bazaar efficiently, how to crowd control, a bunch of guides. I was like the big kahuna in the community back in the day. So then you go up here. I heard a follow.
From the rescue from the eternal sands.
Heard that every day. There's a loud thing. Someone followed. It's gonna load up on my screen in a second who it was. So yeah. I'm trying to remember if there's something else in here that I really... Nathaniel, thank you so much for following, buddy. That's back into the main part of the house. I'm mainly a Minecraft guy, a Minecraft YouTuber, but I stream other games. The new way of adding people is click the friends list, red chat bubble, but get true friend code. Okay. Yeah, also, guys, before this, my big thing was Toontown, which actually had a similar glitch with the carpets, where you could go off the map by stacking things on carpets, and I also was really big into the housing there. But we're not going to be looking at that, because it's not nearly as impressive as what I got here. I also got really into the gardening when that first came out. Again, I did a lot of research into that, learning the science of it all, the best way to farm, you know, where was the best configuration of plants, what was the cheapest way to do it. There was a little sandstorm here. That was pretty Darude. If I type in the code, we become friends in the game. Okay, we'll take a look at it in a second. And if I remember correctly... So, like, part of the flaw with these houses, you can't place stuff here. Can't place stuff in the paths. So, like, in order to reach this, you would have to put down carpets. Like I showed you earlier. I'll show you again later in the stream if you missed it. When we get into VALKOOR'S store. Boongur, we're not going to take time out of the stream right now to do that, but we can later. And if I remember correctly, there is something over here, isn't it? Yeah. Just this little alcove. Was there a hidden thing back here? I feel like there was a hidden passageway that I just don't remember. There were a lot of hidden passageways in these houses. I guess I just don't remember, or maybe there is none in this house. Anyway, is there anything else to show you before we move on closer to the Winterwind Tower part? I don't remember. Go back to the dorm room. The Winterwind Tower may or may not be part of VALKOOR'S story. I don't think it is, but we're just going to double check. I don't think it is, because this... Where does this take? That chest on the hill, it actually does nothing. It's a oasis. When you approach it, it disappears. Yeah, okay, so this is the Winterwind Tower, ladies and gentlemen. I believe this was the last house I got in the game. Oh, there was actually another new one on a different wizard that I'm going to show you next. By the way, Nathaniel, if you want to see the earlier part of this live stream where I show you all of the custom cards I made 65 different custom spells. As well as all sorts of online guides and stuff. After the live stream, you can catch the archive that's going to be uploaded on YouTube. On TRS2, which is at tinyurl.com/TRSTWO. Want to PvP me? No, because I'm sure I'm a noob at this point. And I also want to get through this live stream so we can play Pillars of Eternity. So, we have a lot of stuff to get through, guys. I'm trying to rush through it. So, this was one of the last houses I ever got. Again, I think this was the last gift card house there was. Or maybe, was this gift card? I don't remember. Maybe it was just a new one. So, I got a whole bunch of carpets everywhere. There's some broken things in here since they fixed the carpet glitch, but this was a gorgeous house. It was like an ice-themed kind of thing. I don't know what all this stuff is doing there. But then you could go into this portal to go into the PvP arena, which was over here. This little offset island. We're not going to take that portal just yet, because I don't know where it goes, and I don't want to spoil anything. But, ugh, what a gorgeous place. Gorgeous place. Oh, what I didn't even know about this part. Look at that. I can place stuff up here, too. Aw, bye, Boongur. You're level 105? See, back when I played, the highest level was 80. I was the grandmaster of this game back then. Like, No one could beat me in PvP. At least no one in the myth class. Because, of course, it's not always fair with the different classes. I was the bomb.com. So you can see we've got shark frozen in there. That's part of the house that I didn't place that there. And then we've got... So what used to happen is I used to have stacked carpets that went from here all the way up to the very top of the tower. You can see up there, there's some floating objects that I actually placed there, but you can't get up there anymore because of the way I did it. I don't think. Can't get up there. Well, anyway, yeah, all those carpet things are broken. Some, but most of the carpet stuff still works, but all the stuff, a lot of the stuff I used to get to normally inaccessible places does not work anymore. So, like, that was another access point to the top of the tower. This is a beautiful castle. Excited to show you this. I remember having friends help me design some of this. Okay. Immediately, what a gorgeous, just warm place. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. I know I'm rushing through this, but you guys haven't seen it really, so sorry. We'll take that in a second. My wand collection. These were some of the best wands, if not the best wands in the whole game. The symbols behind them represent the classes that they belong to. These were awesome wands. Just awesome. Again, these were some of the best in the game. Let's see what's in the other side. I remember I had some sort of a carpet glitch going so you could get inside the fireplace, but that's since been broken. I was big into the housing glitches and stuff. I was subscribed to all the housing blogs. Now this, I believe, is a secret passage. No? Huh. I guess I never put anything over here. Maybe I was gonna put more wands over here when I had... Again, such a beautiful place. So, we're gonna go in there next, but I don't think I had anything in these other rooms. Yeah, no. But they were certainly gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous rooms. And there were a lot of them. You got some serious space in these places. Of course, not all of it was usable, like to place stuff on, but still, you got some serious... I don't think there's anything different over there other than the dining hall, which I'm also going to show you. Yeah, otherwise it's all symmetrical. The dining hall we're going to show you next, but... What's over here? This must be the balcony or something. A balcony, because there are multiple balconies in this house. By the way, guys, if at any point you have to go, I'm probably going to be streaming till about 10 p.m. tonight, and I'll be playing Pillars of Eternity by then. Yeah, so here's a nice little balcony. There were definitely carpets out here. I remember clearly there being carpets taking you up higher. You could access it from here, even though you're not supposed to. There are going to be clearer examples of the carpet glitch working later in the game, or later in the stream. Now I want to show you the coolest part about this house, which is the dining hall. Ah, wow. So this is not there by me. This is the place where you get your daily reward. Very cool, and it fills the table. So that's not placed there by me. That's actually part of the game. The fireplaces were beautiful. All the water was beautiful. So this is cool. This is a magical portal that cycles through these different places, and you go up to it, press X, or maybe you just walk into it, and it'll take you to different places. So that's the entrance where we were before. The dungeon. The magic mirror, that's what it's called. So here, dungeon. Now, all of these cells were set with all this stuff that's in there. The root beer, there's like storage cells, and then you had one cell where you were allowed to place stuff, so I placed that cell block in there. It was kind of stupid. But I did a pretty cool glitch where, using carpets, I sort of worked my way into one of the cells by placing carpet out here, carpet on that, so that then, in there, I placed down a teleport thing. And if you go into here, it will actually take you. This is the location that it teleports you to. So you get to glitch through all this stuff. And they still haven't fixed this glitch, if I recall. And you can walk outside and see all this stuff. So you can walk outside the map. The only problem is, I believe you're stuck in here and can never return. So, yeah. And there was more to look at here, so I don't know why I did that. Yeah, I'm trapped. We're gonna have to refresh that. Let's try that again. Oh shoot, this is gonna take us to the wrong place, isn't it? Darn. This is gonna take us to the wrong one. What's in here? What does this portal go to? Where am I? What's happening? What's going on? Oh, okay, this just takes you to the Sultan's area thing. But we want to go back to the Winter Palace. Winterwind Tower. Now, you may notice there are a lot of other castles there. Those are all part of VALKOOR'S story, which we're going to talk about at the end of the Wizard101 part of this live stream. Now that we're back here, we should take these portals, see where they go. This one goes to the feast room, figures. We can see where the other one goes after this, but I'm trying to remember where this teleporter takes you. Ah! Takes you to the library! This was a really cool place to be. And then out here, this is the... Can you join? Not right now, no. Sorry. I've got a very specific tour path I want to be on, and I can't be dealing... Now, over here, this is actually a glitch. There used to be a carpet here that would lead you up here and even lead you up higher than that to the top of this tower. But of course, you know, it's been a long time, all the glitches getting fixed, that sort of stuff. I didn't really give you guys a very good look at the view, but again, I'm really trying to get to VALKOOR'S story faster. This, I assume, goes back to the main entrance. Oh no! Look at that! We did it! I figured it out! So, I removed, that's it. I removed the carpet so that I could just have this one portal going up here. So this is my secret lab in the clouds. How awesome is that? So this is the very top of everything. Everything. You can see we're at the flag there. What happens if I try and walk off? Ah! Oh! Look at that! This, I remember this now. So, you've got these carpets... You place on top of each other, and this is how you would sort of pillar up. There you go. That's where the glitch is from. How cool is that? I loved this. This is a very cool castle. Is there anything else to show you before we move on to the other wizard and then finally VALKOOR'S story? There is not. So, guys, VALKOOR'S story, like I said, that's the part that you've never seen anything like before. That's the part I'm really proud of. I keep hyping it up, but there's a little bit more to show you before we get there. I had two other wizards. I had I guess this is, a diviner is a storm wizard, I think, and then a sorcerer is a balance wizard. So these guys were secondary to me. I really only used them for more houses. This is before we had the castle elixir, allowing you to have more castles than just two. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. Like, unicorns are gorgeous. Like, no hate, please. Tell me, look me in the eye and tell me that unicorn is not beautiful. Seriously. I loved that unicorn like my own. Except! There you go, buddy. You got a useless friend. So, we got the balance house and the island getaway. Now, before we continue, I get to show you... actually, no. We go to the balance house first, then I can show you the island getaway, which has to do with, the contest that I was holding on the Shadow Vault Files blog. Guys, I accomplished so much over those years that I played this game. I played this game for quite a few years. I really did. So, this is the balance house. There are a bunch of other houses that we can actually take a look at if you want. We can even take a look at some that I don't know about. But This is the balance house. Very, very cool. We got this, like, buried ancient thing here. For some reason, I blocked off this area. Oh, I guess stuff is loading. I loaded this all in last night. Is Noah Unicorn Gem watching my stream? Is that why? For some reason, I blocked this area off, but I don't think there's anything down here other than what came with the house. There's some really neat stuff on here. This was a beautiful house, so look at that. How epic is that? Whoa! So, yeah, you would go through these almost like floating islands or floating rooms. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Pretty sure that was all there is to this house. Yeah, other than more rooms. Just gorgeous. I love this place. Love it. Now, before we continue, I'm going to show you on the Shadow Vault files. Let's go to S, back to Shadow Vault files. Okay. Back on the Shadow Vault files under Contest. So, with a bunch of my Wizard101 friends, take a look at this. If you want to participate in the contest, comment on this post and say your wizard name, central name if you have one, school, and level. Everyone who commented from the top 2 schools on the poll will be entered, obviously that didn't work out, will be entered in a drawing to put together a team of wizards of the same school. Each team will be entered in an epic PvP match to determine once and for all who is the best. Each member of the winning team will get to select 2 of the following prizes, and each member of the runner-up will select one, and there were a whole bunch of prizes here. And this was sort of... I was not familiar with the Hunger Games at this point. But basically... Actually, that may not even be the contest, but it was like a game show kind of thing. It was a game show kind of thing. This is the... Uh-oh. There we go. This is the Balance House. Gilligan, I'm actually mainly a Minecraft YouTuber. This is sort of reviewing the old stuff that I used to do before Minecraft. And this is actually... You have never seen Wizard101 like this before. And that's VALKOOR'S story, which I'm going to show you at the end of this section of the live stream. Then we're going to be playing Pillars of Eternity. So, as part of the Contest of Champions, there was a whole role-playing game that I filmed. I don't think I ever got it on YouTube, but I filmed it. And we set up these teams and everything, and everyone was stranded on this desert island where I put together a series of challenges. Now, it appears... I swear to you I had stuff here. I'm so sure I had stuff here. Where is everything? I'm so sure there was stuff out here. I am so sure there was stuff here. It's empty. What? There was stuff here. Check this out, guys. Ah! Ah! Awesome. I could have sworn there was stuff here. Anywho. Yeah, this is behind the waterfall here. The water, I think, is most gorgeous in this house. This is a really small house, obviously. But I had a whole bunch of challenges here. Now, we have one more house to look at, and then we finally get to VALKOOR'S story, which is the really big, that's the big finale of the Wizard101 portion of the stream. Here's my balance wizard. Obviously, I'm not showing you guys the stats of that wizard. I showed you the stats of my main one before. Shut up, all of these things. Shush, 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 and shush. Okay. So. I also love those butterfly wings. Wizard's Watchtower, the one house I had. This one, I believe, was a gift card house. I'm not positive. I don't think it was, actually. But it's very cool. There were a whole bunch of carpet glitches I did. out. Oh, also at the other one, there was like a desert island in the middle of nowhere somewhere on that island getaway house that I used carpets to get to. I am so sure that I put something on that hand. Oh, everything is loading, that's why. It's loading, guys. Stuff is loading. I was so sure that I put stuff here. It says item count 0 out of 250, but I'm so sure there was stuff here. But anyway, this awesome whirlpool with the dragon hand coming out of it. This was cool. And then the house was even cooler. Oh, sure, I put stuff here, guys. I'm really disappointed. Oh, this storm Orthrus was awesome. So check this out, right? And then I had somewhere, I don't remember how to get there, but I had carpets allowing you to go way up into the sky there, way up into the top of the library. Some carpet glitches. Now over here, this is awesome. So, looking at the moon, right? And you could go up here and you could take a look. Oh, I thought you could look at the telescope. Well, anyway, you could see the moon up there. Very nice, very nice. But using some clever carpet glitches, you teleport to the moon. Check it out. You teleport to the moon, and then people could look at you from down there. That was really awesome to do, friends. And then, what else is there? The interior of this house is not actually huge. But I think this is probably one of the most gorgeous houses, ambient-wise. Yeah, a lot of the stuff was removed from my house, but there used to be a carpet glitch that I had where you would go up into the mouth of that dragon. And then, like I said, you could also go up way into the top of the library, that sort of thing. There was some really cool stuff that I had in here. I can get down. Is there anything else worth noting? I think the basement has something in there. And then we can move on to VALKOOR'S. Yeah, the basement. So, go down here. Yeah, there's a sleeping dragon that gives you a reward, so it must have been a gift card house. Or maybe he doesn't give you a reward. Anyway, it's gorgeous. Loved this place. Loved this place. And I think we're about ready to move on to VALKOOR'S story if you guys are. It's exciting. Hello? There we go. You honestly can't get into this game? Well, trust me, VALKOOR'S story is going to be pretty awesome. It's got a lot more stuff in there. It's going to be a lot more interesting. So, guys, I think we're ready for VALKOOR'S story. Let me give you the setup. Very exciting. Oh my god, I'm so hyped. So hyped for this. So, and we're almost done, by the way, TT Crafter. This isn't going to take much longer. Window capture. Okay. Update. It's time. It's here. VALKOOR'S story is finished. After years of prep and over 2 million gold, VALKOOR'S story is done. Experience the phenomenon by commenting here and PMing me when you're available. So, all of VALKOOR'S story adventures experiences are solo plus me. So, this was like a story adventure that I led you through. So, I just discovered this diary page in VALKOOR'S notebook. Dear diary, it's another Christmas alone. My winged pals keep me cheery, but yet I'm still lonely. I also cannot enjoy Christmas, or in the back of my mind I know it watches all the time. It watches letting trespassers the location of our secret hideaway. Phil snuggles next to me now to keep me company, but whenever I look into those giant black eyes, I see only haunts me day and night. My psyche is simply becoming obsessed. Now know for sure my life. The immortal beast will rule me. Dragons everywhere. The only way to kill the beast is to find where it lives. Secret is destroyed, and it is destroyed. But I have never found the legend. Entry number 998,304. Friday, July 20th. Lost track of the year. You're done. Him now. The legend wing is approaching, so I make my last entry. If anyone finds this book, leave immediately. Get you. Now know what true fear. Never before have I felt my entire being down to my soul shake. Killed the others. The earthquake left them crushed or worse. Figured out that knowing where it is will not kill it. I know that eating off what appeared just a few weeks ago after the earthquake. The Life Star grants immortality to everything within its area at the time, except humans. My friends were still around when it appeared. What there I will never know. Ugh. Secret will die with me, so I won't write it here. I've made sure that no dragons will ever fall victim to the Legend Wing anymore. Found and unborn. May Bartleby forgive me, but I did it. The next page tore off. Valkoor is watching. So, supreme hype. Bartleby is the giant tree that sort of rules the spiral at the center. So, I'm going to try and remember everything in Valkoor's story as best I can. I'm going to try and give you the Valkoor story experience, not only to bring you guys through it, but also as a documentation of it. It's very, very cool. We're losing viewers. But, guys, this is the big part. I'm going to post on Twitter real quick that the big part of it is coming. Hold on. 1 second. Finale of the Wizard101 starting. Never anything. VALKOOR'S twitch.tv/the red. So guys, really exciting. I read you the things. We're gonna go to the dorm room and we're gonna get started. Now again, I made this so many years ago, so I'm not gonna remember everything. But I'm gonna try and remember as best I can. Let me take a drink. Look at the spiders dancing. Okay, guys. In order to get started with Valkoor's story, we just head through this portal. So, the idea is, I'm the historian of Valkoor, who lived many, many, many thousands of years ago, who was famous for being able to tame dragons. But he was a big loner, but he was also extremely rich. And this is his story of what we would have been able to piece together from artifacts. And I'm going to take you through his life. And now I'm going to try and remember that I may have to make up stuff as I go, trying to remember exactly how everything happened. So Valkoor was an eccentric. He was very odd, very strange, but he absolutely loved nature. No. Yeah, he absolutely loved nature. Take off the hippogriff for now. He loved nature, loved to be around it, and this was a special... This was his castle. This is where he lived, or at least, this is where people thought he lived. He was never actually here after he originally decorated it. What I did here was I put a fountain up in the air using carpets. So we have this water trickling down, and we got all these trees, this mess of leaves here, very cool. So let's explore Valkoor's original castle. Valkoor was also really into meditation. And in here we can see... Cute little guy. He would sit in here for hours and meditate, but this is the only place he really ever visited in the castle. Can't go back here yet, because that's later in the story. I'm trying to remember the order in which to do it. Like I said, Valkoor was an eccentric. And these things called piggles, which are in the game natively, he was obsessed with them. He would get piggles of all shapes and sizes and colors and just let them frolic. He was very against trapping animals. He was, like I said, he was very in love with nature, especially animals. He didn't want to trap them anyway. It was very important to him that the animals roamed free, and he lived among them. The piggles tended to congregate over here. Let's re-equip the hippogriff. Or the Malorian dragon gives us a bigger field of vision. Which is faster? They're both the same speed. So, this is his grand castle, I said. But very few people ever actually saw him here. Historians are not quite sure what this all means, but they believe it has some significance that the dragon is in front. Perhaps some sort of a shrine. This is where Valkoor kept his most prized possessions, his trophies, statues, the enemies he had defeated in the spiral. Let's, enemies. Spiral. The PvP arena surrounded by these 3 dragon heads. Dragons, which seem to be a recurring theme. Residence. On the inside of the house, everything is loading. Again, these weird artifacts that we're not quite sure what they are, but they're in here. An aura of steam or fog around there. Touch. We're not quite sure what these things are. The moon, the sun, and the stars. Here, you've got milk and cookies that we can actually eat. Strangely, even though Valkoor had these places to hang out with friends, like the dining room and the bar, he never actually had anybody over to the house. He was very much a loner. Downstairs, had this very strange shrine. We're not quite sure what the shrine is to. But historians have recently discovered a secret passageway in that. Through this wall. Again, more bizarre shrines. Also, I held a contest here once who could find the stone rose. It's right on top of there. You can see it. That's where the stone rose is. Cool. Back through here. If this isn't the most thrilling thing to you, I'm sorry, we're going to be getting into Pillars of Eternity soon, but I really wanted to record this. Very important to me. Upstairs, he seemed to be really obsessed with these storms. Here's the game room. Again, it was very odd because he never had anybody over here, but he clearly put a lot of work into designing these things. By the way, I was here with friends often, and we played the tic-tac-toe. We played chess. Basically, what you would do is you would sort of stand on it, say where you wanted it to go, and I would move it there. Very cool stuff. And this is normally access to the theater, but you can't get in there in the way that Valkoor designed his house. Back downstairs. Yeah. So, basically, then I say, so that, ladies and gentlemen, was his house. That was it. Of his main living quarters. But on the inside, or rather on the outside, there's more to see. This was his main area of gathering. The games, the very strange shrines that he never seemed to want to take anybody to. But if we go over here... Are we even allowed over here? Yeah. Very strange lava fountain. There are these strange artifacts sort of just scattered around. It didn't really make a whole lot of sense. We could get a better look at the trees from over here. Now this, I actually just put there just because it was cool. There used to be a glitch in the game where in this exact spot, if you put this carpet down, it made the floor transparent. You could see through it, and that's why this little room was there. Now over here, this is actually where VALKOOR slept. Or so we believe. There was never any indication that he really slept here much. But, like we said, he liked the outdoors. Some odd artifacts on the shelf again. This is where those, the first diary entry was found. Oh, I am going the wrong way. Then, the next part of VALKOOR'S story was you would go into the theater, his theater, which is through here. And this I would actually put on actual plays in here. But you see, we've got... These are curtains, so you would remove the curtains. Like so. You would pick this up. What? Guess that no longer works. Oh, you would pick it up by here, that's right. And that would pick up the curtains, and you would move the curtains out of the way backstage. I remember even how to do that. I don't remember where the curtains would go. Maybe you would just pick them up or something. Or you would put them in the back, probably. And the curtains would get picked up, and you would have people sit here. And then I would reenact a part of VALKOOR'S story, which seemingly had nothing to do with it, but it actually did. Here are the box seats over here. And basically, what was super cool is you could be backstage here, and I could control the different... I had a whole backstage set of objects here, so I could get smoke effects and other stuff. I had a whole set of props back here that you could pick up and move onto the stage. And then I also had these teleports to the different parts of the stage. So you could go center stage or stage left, and then there's another one there that goes stage right, and then center stage, that sort of thing. This was actually really cool. I don't remember what the play was that happened here in VALKOOR'S story, but you can pick this up to go behind here. So this is sort of the... And these are the balcony seats here. For some reason, you could only put stuff on the walls up here. And then you believe this is the balcony, little balcony. The more interesting part of VALKOOR'S story comes at the end. Now, I'm trying to remember how to get over there, but it's just beds up there, basically. But it's like a secret passage. There's no reason for me to go up there to show you. It really is just beds. And I would hang out there with my friends. Not part of VALKOOR'S story. Like I said, the main part of VALKOOR'S story is the finale. And then I would say... Okay, I would say to the guests in VALKOOR'S story, okay, so that's the end of the VALKOOR'S story tour. For this portion. And everyone please gather around for, or no, that doesn't happen yet. Then I said, but VALKOOR actually seemed to have a dark side to him. VALKOOR had a dark side to him in that, let me just check on OBS, make sure it's working. Yep. VALKOOR had a dark side to him. There was a secret passageway in his house that he never showed anybody. But it appeared he used quite a lot. And he marked it off with this set of torches on the ground. Or candles on the ground. And if you were to walk past these candles, it would take you to a dungeon-like area. Very odd stuff. Now, this would actually take you to the game room, so he had a access to the game room from over here. You can see through it. There. Magical exit. But downstairs, there was nothing but a portal. A very strange portal. I don't know if anybody's watching. Got two. So, in this storm room, there was a portal. And finally, a few years ago, I decided to step into it and see where it took us. And this is where VALKOOR'S story truly begins. There was more to him than just that massive palace. In fact, you can see here, there was a dark side to him as well. There were a few select people that he associated with. And when he had them over, he actually wouldn't have them over to the house. That was a ploy. He would take them to this far-off luxury hotel. It was very odd for him to have this hotel just like in the middle of nowhere. With this constant storm going, some sort of a spell he casted. Yeah, did this with the carpets. But once people arrived here, they would have a very nice time. But again, there's this hidden secret in this house that is really where VALKOOR hides his personal life. And we'll take a look at that in a second. But for now, let's take a look in here. So guests would enter through that secret passage. And they have a garden over here for you to hang out in. The ghosts of all these animals, or not the ghosts of all these animals, these ghosts of these flowers are still here. I'm not going to harvest any of these. They're meant to be. But this was a really beautiful place for people to hang out. And just be alone. No one knows really what made VALKOOR decide to allow them here. Welcome to the Spiral Hotel and Resort. So, there were multiple parts to this place. So, up there is the access to the special guest suite, or the special master suite, where VALKOOR himself would stay. And in here is the access to the rest of the hotel. By the way, there's some pretty brilliant carpet glitching in here, if I do say so myself. Here's a swimming pool, which people would use. And you could get into the swimming pool by going off the diving board. How cool is that? Take a bath, swim. We're getting closer to the mysterious part of VALKOOR'S story, where the real story happens. In here, got this nice seating area with all these artifacts on the walls from VALKOOR'S years of travel. Although it seems to indicate this was very early on in his life. He actually, when he got older, he was very much more of a loner. Got this fish tank in here. And through here are the rooms. So over here is one bedroom. And over here, there's a upstairs portion to it as well. Or another room upstairs. Over here is the second room. This was really cool with the carpets. And you could get over to the next room. And so there were different levels of suites. So here's another suite. These two are sort of the upgraded suites from those other smaller ones. This was blocked access because that was to VALKOOR'S room. Then the dining area was actually really elaborate. If I can remember how to get there. Over here. You can see on the side here, guests would sit on the sides and enjoy a enjoy a meal with that little rat butler. But you actually couldn't get there from here. You had to go outside. So this was where you would make your reservation, and then you go outside here, and you can sit in the ocean, underwater, just relaxing on these benches. And there was a bar, too. But if you went this way, you could actually get to the tables, chairs, and your little rat butler would serve you. I love this place. And this is where you would sit. Pretty neat. Now we're going to check out VALKOOR'S room. I'm trying to remember all of the various... It was a lot more story involved in this that I don't remember. I remember the last part very clearly, though. But in order to get to VALKOOR'S room, you have to go outside to the lighthouse. That was like the presidential suite. But first, I believe there's another place that we can look in over here. Down here. Yeah, this was very this place, he clearly wanted to keep... This elevator would bring you down from the lighthouse, but this was a lookout point for VALKOOR. This was a private place where he would just stare out at the sea. But it turns out there's something out there. There's something over there. In addition to that long carpet that people walked on. There was something in that direction we're going to visit later. But he didn't want anybody to see this. That's why he hid it with all the smoke. He didn't want anybody to know where he was going to relax, where he was going to look. Not just because he wanted to keep it private, but for another reason as well. So, through here, VALKOOR'S presidential suite. He actually had a whole bunch of mini-games. You could actually play these mini-games. And then there's a scavenger hunt here, which I don't think I ever actually played. But this is the presidential suite. But it gets really interesting when you realize there's something hidden back. These two Orthri, guarded this portal. And also, they sort of attacked this little guy there. But they guarded this portal with a dragon head pointed towards it. This is where VALKOOR'S story begins. Not only was this hidden from everyone else, he wanted to make absolutely sure no one could get through it. So he put a whole maze to make sure no one would ever reach it. And you can see this is a gorgeous house with the guy with the Cyclops with the house on his back. There's a rainbow up there. Let's do the maze. I don't even remember how it goes. Let's see here. This was incredibly hard to make with just these tablets. And also, I was constantly running out of space. No. Jeez. I don't remember my own maze. Here it is. Is this the right way, though? Yeah, it is. Dismount, please. Oh, and you can't go through there because that was like a admin-only section. You could either go through here or go through there. And I guess we'll go through here first. Or no, I guess you can't go through there. You go through here. Yeah. This is unbelievable. I don't remember this at all. Okay, so the correct way to go must be through here. Yeah, and you see we start to rise up. Valkoor clearly did not want people to see what was on the other side of this maze. This is awful. Oh, I remember making this. Clearly, Valkoor wanted whatever was here to be kept very secret. You have to be careful here, or you could fall off and have to start over. Go under the waterfall. Carefully, so you don't fall off right there. I would fall off there a lot, I remember. Again, these carpet glitches don't work in the game anymore. So these are like a relic of the past. And when you finally reached the house, what was inside? Guess what? There was another maze. Or more of the same maze. The Myth House is actually beautiful, and it's hard to tell with all this stuff in here. Let's remember how to do this. Let's over here. Here we go. Out here is nothing. Again, not the most thrilling footage, but I want to document this for myself, not just to entertain. Here, can you go this way? Cannot. I remember this room being particularly hard to make and traverse because it was so intricate. Although I seem to be doing okay. But I made it, of course. Oh, that's right. Everyone had to get here first, and then, because there was a thing I had to do in here. I don't remember what happens in here. I would put people in here, and I would tell them some sort of a story. And I don't remember how the story went, but there was something that happened in this room that was really cool. And I don't remember what happened. I would place down stuff. There was stuff to look at as I did the story, but it all happened in this room. Okay. And then I would close it back off and let them finish the maze. So, if you go up these carpets here... Ta-da! This will actually take us over this part of the maze. Pretty cool. And finally... it reaches a rainbow. But there's something at the end of this rainbow. Only Valkoor was able to get past here, of course, unless, of course, you solved the maze and found the secret passage. But what was that? Ladies and gentlemen, this is where Valkoor's story gets interesting. Up until now, it was relatively uninteresting. But this is where it gets really interesting. We're going to change the music. Let's do... Commons. Okay, guys, so... this is Valkoor's secret hideaway. In his later years, Valkoor never left this. He was always left alone. But this, my friend, This was the hub of the dragons. All the dragons in the world came here because Valkoor was the keeper of them all. Valkoor Dragonblood, I believe. You can see the house sort of breathing in the... Let's see what we can learn about Valkoor and his dragon buddies. Phil was the dragon buddy he was talking about in those letters. The bones of all of the deceased dragons, he cared for each one of them individually. Buried them all. If you remember in the letter, he talked about this life star, which would, and you could sort of hear it turning. This gave immortality to everything around it, but this appeared suddenly, out of nowhere, after many dragons had died, and it kept a horrible beast, the Legend Wing, alive. Over here, these were dragon beds. These is where dragons would fly from far and wide to come over here and sleep. This is where the resident dragons would sleep, on those beds there. Here, a dragon was crushed by an avalanche. Now, we've learned from seismic activity that there was a major earthquake here. And after that major earthquake, we know nothing about what happened here, other than those diary entries about the legend. After the giant earthquake, though, it appears that all of the dragon population died out, except for those in dragon spot. Completely died out. You can still hear the ghost of the dragon if you listen closely. That's the house, but... Anyway. There, you just heard it bite. The rusty pool where it appears dragon's skull remains. Dragon drowned in there. Anywho. Clearly something disastrous. Take a look inside the house. Another dragon bed. There's music here, but of course I have it all off. Inside the house. Now, for those of you who play Wizard101, this is going to blow your mind. Because this is not part of the house. This is something I added. All these floating candles. Turn them on. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Test 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 test. Test. The ghosts, all the dragons, wings just floating around in a number of rooms caught by the avalanche. Can't get back there anymore. Upstairs, prized possession trophies. Ones that were too valuable to keep in the massive fantasy. Now this is very sad. There were two things called the origin dragons. These two. A male and a female dragon. These were the origin dragons that gave birth all of the dragons in the world today. Most of them having died out in this great earthquake. They stayed here waiting for Valkoor to come back. After he went out searching for the legend wing, but he never did. Died together. Beds. They had these special beds in the house. They died together, snuggled close. Come back. This is the hatchery, where all the baby dragons, because of the star, are still kept alive. Because remember, humans can't be kept alive by this. Dragons can. Mortality. All the baby dragons that are left without parents. But they can never grow up. In the hatchery, all of the incense helping to hatch the dragon eggs, which never seem to hatch. But I've never seen this before. This. Never seen. Must have been Valkoor's bedroom. What? At this point, by the way, there would be dramatic music that starts suddenly. Dum dum dum! A burning dragon egg. He put the dragon egg in the fire. I thought dragons were his best friends. His best friend. I thought that was his life. Or was it? A dragon egg burning in the fire. And reading the diary entry. Something like, can't take it anymore. All of these dragons are driving me mad. They don't want me to find the Legend Wing. They're all against me. Something about wanting to torture dragons. I don't remember the exact wording of the letter and everything. I had it all memorized at one point. And, you know, searching for the Legend Wing. He was driven mad. Here, no one may pass. Access to the Death School. So Valkoor may not have been a fire wizard, as he pretended to. He may have been a death wizard. He may have even... Danger. Dragon ahead. The Legend Wing. He had once tamed, but escaped. More dragon pit. Guarded by hundreds of lions, ferocious. But clearly, escaped. At some point here, I would actually have a second account. Hey, 8 Suspect, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be Brian Crowns with it. I really don't play Wizard101 anymore, but what is up? And thank you, though, for the thought. All these lions guarding it. Somehow it escaped. Unless Valkoor let it escape. But like I said, eventually I would have a second account come on, and Valkoor would attack you. And then Valkoor would die once and for all. But this would be the finale then. Whatever happened to the Legend Wing? Was it truly as bad as he made it out to be? And I had more dramatic music here. By the way, this one part took like at least 1 million gold. Legend with King. Waiting for his master, Valkoor, to return. Going backwards. Waiting for his master to return. Great. And that, my friends, Valkoor's story. This took years to make. At least 2 million gold. So it turns out Valkoor was helping the Legend Wing all along. I'm extremely proud of what I've accomplished. That is Wizard101. And if you're watching this way in the future, TRS, you did a good job. This took up 3 or 4 years of your life. But I'm pretty proud of what we've accomplished. Alright. Pillars of Eternity stream is probably going to start around, I'm going to say 6:45, which is going to be in about 25, a little over 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. And we're going to start playing Pillars of Eternity. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I do accept donations. ! Donate in the chat to see how you can get involved. Or if you're watching on YouTube, twitchalerts.com/TheRedstoneScientist/donate. In order to learn how you can do that, I'm saving up for new recording equipment. You can see the goal at the bottom of the screen there. So guys, thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you in about 30 minutes.